time we've been bringing you a short segment which we call Tech Talk. And once again tonight our segment is aimed right at you people who are most interested in cars made this side of World War II. Our Tech Talk advisor, Ralph DiStefano, is an auto restoration professional widely known for the work that he's turned out, delivered from the Pollock Auto Showcase shop in Pottstown for owners of some of the world's really finest automobiles, collector cars. And we've been talking, Ralph, about battery-powered cars, but most of our cars have batteries, and for starting and for lights. And yet most of us probably don't pay maybe enough attention to our batteries. What about that? Is that true?
Well, at times it is. What I want to talk about is storing the batteries during the winter months, so that in the springtime, when we get out our collector cars and antique cars, we have a fully charged battery so that we don't have any problems during the season. And one of the easiest things to do is keep it fully charged. The worst thing you can do to a battery is let it discharge itself and just sit discharged. So what we do at the shop is to maintain the batteries is first we pull the battery out of the vehicle. We do that for two reasons. One is to just easy to work on, okay? And the second reason is most of the cars that we deal with, the batteries are located in the passenger compartment, under the floor mat or under the seat. And when you're charging a battery, it expels gases, and those gases are kept within the car and the passenger compartment and deteriorate the interior. So that's not a good situation. So the best thing that you can do is remove the battery from the car and put it in a well-ventilated area up off the ground on a bench or on a block of wood, never on a concrete floor. And you want to clean the battery, clean the terminals, make sure that it has enough liquid in the battery. Go by the manufacturer's specifications. Usually it's just to cover the plates. If it is low, you want to put water in it, but you don't want to put regular tap water in, because regular tap water has sediment, and it also has a lot of minerals in it. And what happens is the sediment and minerals fall to the bottom of the cells, and it forms like a chain, and it connects to the plates, and it shorts out the battery. So what you want to do is you want to put distilled water in the battery. And then what you want to do is you want to put a charger on it. We like to use a trickle charger, and you charge it up to its full capacity. And the way you check to see if it's up to full capacity is through a hydrometer. And that checks the specific gravity of the battery. Once it's at full charge capacity, you want to remove the trickle charger, because overheating a battery will distort the plates and destroy the battery. Plus, it also expel too many gases, and it creates a dangerous situation. So you want to keep a check on it with the hydrometer to make sure that you're not overcharging it. Now, some of the newer trickle chargers, they have a maintain switch on the charger itself. When the charger is up to capacity, and again, you check that with the hydrometer, you switch it over to the maintain mode on the charger, and that there will cut down the amperage. Most of them run about half an amp, and you can maintain the battery at full level that way. Also, there's a new charger out that we just started using in the springtime, and it seems to be working real well for us. It's called a battery tender, and what it does is it brings up the battery to full capacity, and it automatically switches to the storage mode or the maintain mode, so you don't have to keep checking it with a hydrometer. And as many cars as we maintain, it makes our job a lot easier. And for the price of the unit, I think it's well worth having a trouble-free situation and taking care of the battery. So one thing with dealing with batteries, you always want to wear eye protection, and you want to be careful as far as you want to smoke around it, flame or sparks of any sort, because a battery can be a dangerous situation, and you always want to, when you're done using the vehicle, say during the season from week to week, you may want to put in a master cutoff switch, or also just disconnect the battery lead. And I like to disconnect the negative lead first. okay? And that way there's less chance of any sparks, and it's much safer situation. So another thing I'd just like to mention quick, Ken, this week is Hershey. And for those of you out there that have never been to Hershey, it's quite an experience. We were just up there today, and it's Tuesday already, and there's many vendors up there, and they're, selling and going to town. I remember going up Thursday during the day, and they were just starting to come in, but now it's getting so big, and it's really neat. So those of you that have never been there, it's worth your while to put on your walking shoes and come on out. And those of you that come out religiously, I think that the weather's going to be pretty good this year. So we have a stand. We're at C4J. If you want to stop in and see us, I'll be glad to talk to you, and I like talking with you. So that's it.
Well, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
We think that trying to do the kind of information you're giving us for the person at home that has a special collector car or the family bus. These are the kind of suggestions that we're glad to bring to you through this Tech Talk segment. And Ralph DeStefano, thank you very much. Folks, it's now time to polish up your memory, focus